Hello everyone, welcome to Amarjyoti's Crochet World. Today I'm here once again with my new tutorial. Today we are going to make another granny square. It is called Nomad Granny Square. So this is based on Apache Tears pattern that I have posted recently. You can find the link in the description box also, and on the cards above also. So this is very easy. It looks very complicated. It's very beautiful design, but when you will make it's very easy to make. Okay, so I have used acrylic yarn for making this square. So you minimum 3 shades of yarn, but whatever yarns you choose, they should be of the same density. Okay, so I'm going to make this granny square with acrylic yarn. The crochet hook that I'm going to use is 3.0 mm crochet hook. Okay, we need a pair of scissors and tapestry needle to hide the ends. Okay, so it's very easy. Let's quickly begin. So as I told you, we need 3 shades of yarn. So we will be using one yarn at a I'll show you the color version of the square that I'm going to make. I'm going to change. Okay, so let's quickly begin. The base I'm giving for this square that I'm making now will be red. Here the base was blue. Okay, so the pattern is similar. First of all, take your yarn and make a magic circle. Chain 1 to secure it, and then make 8 single crochet in the magic circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pull the end and close the loop. So this is your row number 1. Okay, so now this whole pattern we are going to work in back loops only. Okay, so there will be both the loops we are not using. We will be using on the back loops only. Okay, so now I am going to slip stitch in the first stitch, but in the back loop only. In the back loop of this first stitch, make a slip stitch. So now your row number 1 is complete. Row number 2, chain 1, because we have to start a new row. Now row number 2 is 2 single crochet in each of the stitches, but in the back loops only. As I told you, this whole pattern will be in the back loops only. So take the tail along with, and then 2 single crochet in each of the stitches in the back loops of each of the stitch. And in the row number 1 you had 8 single crochet. Now row number 2 will be having 16 single crochet stitches. So 2 single crochet in each of the stitch. Right, in the back loops only make 2 single crochet in each of the stitches. Okay, the row number 2 is done. Slip stitch in the back loop of the first stitch. So your row number 2 is complete. Start row number 3 with chain 1 and 1 single crochet in the back loop of the same stitch, 2 single crochet in the back loop of the second stitch. So your pattern for row number 3 will be 1 single crochet in the back loop of the first stitch and 2 single crochet in the next stitch in the back loop only. Okay, so 1 2 1 2, but in the back loops only. Row number 3. So row number 2 you had 16 single crochets. Row number 3 you will be having 24 single crochets as stitch count. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end of row number 3. Now row number 3 is done. So now our main pattern starts from row number 4. So row number 3 is done by slip stitching in the first stitch, and that's also in the back loop of that stitch. Okay, that's it. Row number 3 is done. Now let's start row number 4, in which we are going to use the Apache Tears pattern. Okay, so that I told you, the link, if you want to get the clarification, the link of that video is also in the description box. Right, so let's start row number 4. Chain 1 to start row number 4. Now what I am going to do is I am going to work in the same stitch. So now I have to make the Apache Tears stitch. So for that you have to yarn over twice on your hook, because we are going to make a treble crochet. So you have to go below 2 rows, you have to skip 2 rows below. So one row that is immediately below, the second row that is after that, in the third row. So that is the very first row of your the circle. Okay, so now take the, okay, let me show you once again. So skipping, we will be working in this stitch, skipping this row, skipping this row in the third row, and that too in the front loop of that, of the third row below, right? So you have to skip 2 rows, yarn over twice, skip the first row, skip the second row, skip the third row, and take the front loop of this and then make a treble crochet stitch, right? After that you have to make 2 single crochet stitches in the back loop of the next stitch, because you have worked in this stitch in the very first stitch. So in the immediately next stitch, this is the first stitch, so in the immediately next stitch you have to make 2 single crochet in the back loop of the stitch, and now make 1 single crochet in each of the back loop of next 3 stitches. Again 2 single crochet in the back loop of the next stitch. So why I am giving 2 single crochet here, 2 single crochet here in the single stitch? Because we have to give it a corner. Now we are converting it into a square. Now after making 2 single crochet in the back loop of this stitch, yarn over and go through the next stitch. You have to make an Apache tears pattern, Apache tears stitch. So in the next stitch, go below, skip the first row, skip the second row, skip the go to the third row, and in the third row take the front loop and then make a treble crochet stitch. So this is your Apache tears stitch is done. Skip the stitch that is below it, okay, on the back of this treble crochet, and in the immediately next stitch you have to make 2 single crochet in the back loop of the stitch, and 1 single crochet in each of the 3 stitches. 2, 3, 2 single crochet in the next stitch in the back loop only. So as I have told you, we are going to work in the back loops only. So it's needless to say that we have to work in the back loop only, but I am repeatedly saying that. Then again make an Apache tears. In the next stitch, go simultaneously below the third row, take the front loop of the third row and then make a single treble crochet in that. Skip the stitch that you have just made right now. In the next stitch, make 2 single crochet in the each stitch, 1 single crochet in each of the next 3 stitches, 2 single crochet in the next stitch, all in the back loops only. Again make a Apache tears stitch and then the same pattern, 2 single crochet, 1 single crochet in next 3 and 2 single crochet in the last stitch, and then slip stitch over here. Then I'll tell you. Okay, so make one more time. I'll meet you at the end. Okay, now row number 4 is done. Slip stitch in the very first stitch. Okay, chain 1. Chain 1 is not counted as your stitch, but it is just the starting of your new row. So we are going to start with row number 5. Row number 5, because these are these crosses, if you see, made with Apache tears, these are the corners like this. This corner will continue till the end, right? So what we are going to do is we have to continue it as a corner. So yarn over and take the front post through this Apache tear. You have to make a front post double crochet stitch around your this Apache tears that you have made in the row number 4. Okay, so making a front post double crochet stitch around your first Apache tear. Then after that make 2 single crochet. See, immediately next stitch, make 2 single crochet in the back loop of the next stitch, 1 single crochet in the next 5 stitches, 2, 3, 4 and 5. 2 single crochet in the next stitch, all in the back loops we have done. Now again make a front post double crochet around your Amarjyoti stitch, right? And then in the immediately next stitch, immediately next stitch over here, just make 2 single crochet in the next stitch, 1 single crochet in the back loop of the next 5 stitches, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 single crochet in the last stitch of this side in the back loop only, and then again front post double crochet stitch around the Amarjyoti stitch. So continue it 2 more times and slip stitch in the stitch over here. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end of row number 5. Continue this pattern. Okay, now row number 5 is done. Slip stitch in the stitch before your front post double crochet stitch. Now I'm going to attach a new color, taking another color and then making a slip knot and then passing through your this main color. Okay, now this color is attached. I am not going to finish off this main color because this will be continued till the last row. Total there are 13 rows, so we will be continued till 13 row. This main color I am not going to finish off. So these colors we will be finishing off as the row ends. Okay, so row number 6, after attaching your new color, chain 1. Again the first stitch will be the front post double crochet stitch around your the last row's front post double crochet stitch, like this. Okay, now make 2 single crochet in the back loop stitch of the next stitch, 1 single crochet in next 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3 in the back loops only, and then 1 Amarjyoti stitch in the next stitch. So skip this row below, skip the second row below, go to the third row and take the front loop of third row and then make a treble crochet stitch over here. Right, now at the back of this treble crochet stitch, skip this stitch, make 1 single crochet in the next 3 stitches in the back loops only, 2 single crochet in the next stitch in the back loops only, front post double crochet stitch on the front post double crochet of the last row. So one side is complete. Now in the immediately next stitch, make 2 single crochet stitches, 1 single crochet in each in the next 3 stitches. Now 1 Amarjyoti stitch. By skipping 2 rows below, in the third row take the front post and then make a treble crochet stitch. So this is Amarjyoti or Amarjyoti treble, whatever you call it. So skip the stitch below or the back side of this treble crochet or the Amarjyoti, and then 1 single crochet in each of the back loops of the next 3 stitches, 2 single crochet in the next stitch, in the back loops only, and front post double crochet around the front post double crochet of the last row. So this way your one side gets complete. Okay, this one. Right, so complete 2 more sides with the same pattern and then slip stitch in over here. I'll meet you at the end of this row, row number 6. Okay, now slip stitch in the first stitch and cut the yarn. Okay, so now I am going to finish off this second color and then reattaching my main color by inserting the hook in the same stitch and bringing the loop in front of it, chain 1. So now let's start row number 7. Row number 7, okay, so every row starts with chain 1 and FPDC around the FPDC of the last row, right? FPDC is front post double crochet, right? So this we are not going to change anytime. And 2 single crochet in the immediately next stitch in the back loop only. This thing is not going to change in the whole square. The starting of the new row, FPDC around the FPDC and 2 single crochet in the immediately next stitch. FPDC in the 2 single crochet stitches in the back loop of the first stitch and 2 single crochet in the back loop of the last stitch. This will be making your corners to make it square, right? So this will not be changed. Okay, after making this, make 1 single crochet in next 3 stitches in the back loops only. Now the 4th stitch you have reached over here, just 1 stitch before your this Apache tears. So you are going to make 1 more Apache tear in the simultaneously below the 3rd row of this stitch. Okay, so make 1 Apache tear stitch over here. Now 1 single crochet on the back loop of this Apache tear of the last row, 1 treble crochet or 1 Apache tear in the immediately next stitch. Okay, going to the 3rd row below, or skipping 2 rows below and going to the 3rd row then. Okay, and skip the stitch below this Apache tears and then go in back loops of the next 3 stitches, make 1 single crochet in each of the stitches, and in the last stitch 2 single crochet in the last stitch in the back loop only. So now our pattern will be like this. Okay, and then front post double crochet stitch or FPDC around the FPDC stitch. Okay, and again 2 single crochets in the back loop of the first stitch, 1 single crochet stitch in each of the next 3 stitches in the back loops only. In the 4th stitch, 1 Apache tear stitch, okay, that is a treble crochet stitch, 1 single crochet on the back of the treble crochet or the Apache tear of the next last row, 1 Apache tear in the next stitch, skip the stitch below it, and then 1 single crochet in the next 3 stitches each, 2 single crochet in the last stitch back loop only, and FPDC around the FPDC stitch. So this way row number 7 we are going to work like this, like this. Okay, complete the other 2 parts and then slip stitch over here, right? So I'll meet you at the end of this row number 7. Okay, now we are done with row number 7. Let's start row number 8. So row number 8 I am going to attach another color, the third color, with the help of a slip knot. Pass through the stitch and then chain 1. Now FPDC around the FPDC of the first stitch, okay, and then 2 single crochet in the back loop of the first stitch, 1 single crochet in the back loop of the next 3 stitches, 1 Apache tear in the 4th stitch, one single crochet in the back loop of the next 3 stitches, 2, 3, and now make 1 Apache tear stitch in the next stitch, one single crochet in the next 3 stitches in the back loops only, and 2 single crochet in the last stitch in the back loops only, and FPDC around the FPDC of last row, or front post double crochet stitch around the front post double crochet stitch of the last row. So this is the sequence we are going to follow. So what we are going to do is just making Apache tears around our whatever Apache tears we have made in the last row. In between we are going to make single crochet stitches like these. Okay, so like this, complete it over here also. 2 single crochet in the back loops of the first stitch, 1 single crochet in the next, each in the next stitch. In the next 3 stitches, Apache tear in the immediately next stitch, one single crochet in the back loop of the next 3 stitches, that is starting from the Apache tear of last row and Apache tear of the last row you are going to end, that is 3 stitches in between. And now make one more Apache tear in the next stitch, make 1 single crochet in the back loops of the next 3 stitches and 2 single crochet in the last stitch, and FPDC around the FPDC. That's it. So continue this for the next 2 sides also. So your row number 8 will be completed. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end of row number 8. Okay, now row number 8 is done. Slip stitch in the first stitch and chain 1 and cut the yarn. That means we are going to finish it off. Okay, now let's continue with the main color. After making row number 8, I am going to reattach the main color in the same stitch and then chain 1. Right, again front post double crochet or FPDC around the front post double crochet stitch of the last row, 2 single crochet stitches in the back loops of the immediately next stitch. The loops are getting tight. Okay, 1 single crochet in each of the next 3 stitches, Apache tears stitch in the next stitch. So now you're going to take the loop of the second color that you have taken and 1 single crochet in the next 5 stitches in the back loops only, Apache tear in the next stitch, skip the stitch below it and then 1 single crochet stitch in the next 3 stitches, 2 single crochet in the back loop of the next stitch and 1 FPDC around the FPDC. So follow this pattern till the next 3 sides. We are doing continuously the similar thing. So just 2 single crochet in the first stitch, 1 single crochet in the next 3 stitches, 1 Apache tear stitch in the next stitch, then in between you have to make 5 single crochet in the back loop of the next stitch and then 1 Apache tear in the next stitch and 1 single crochet in the next 3 stitches and 2 single crochet in the last stitch and then FPDC around the FPDC. So continue this pattern for next 3 sides. I'll meet you at the end of row number 9. Okay, now row number 9 is done. Slip stitch in the back loop of the first stitch and then I'm going to reattach this third color that I have just used right now. So I could have not finished it off because I have to use it again, but somehow it got out of my mind. So I'm going to attach it, the third color, chain 1, FPDC around the FPDC and 2 single crochet stitches in the immediately next stitch. So we are working on row number 10. So 1 single crochet in the next 5 stitches, 1 2 3 4 and 5. That means your last stitch in this single crochet, one single crochet row, you will be making on the Apache tear that you have made in the last row. Okay, now you are going to make front post treble crochet on the Apache tear of the last row. So make an treble crochet, yarn over twice and make a front post. That means take the front post of this treble crochet or the Apache tear of the last row. This is called FPTR or front post treble crochet stitch on this Apache tear of the last row of the same color. Okay, and then skip the stitch below, one single crochet in the next 3 stitches in the back loops only. Again make an Apache tear but taking the as a front post in the Apache tear of the same color 2 rows below, right? And then one single crochet in the next 5 stitches, 2 3 4 5, and then 2 single crochet stitches in the last stitch, front post double crochet stitch around the front post double crochet stitch, right? So 2 single crochet in the first stitch, 1 single crochet in the next 5 stitches, one Apache tear we are going to make, but it's like front post treble crochet stitch. So taking the same color as a front post stitch and then make a treble crochet over here, and then one single crochet in the next 3 stitches, again front post treble crochet stitch in the same color in the Apache tear of the this row, and then one single crochet in next 5 stitches, 2 single crochet in the last stitch, and then FPDC on the FP2C, right? So this row, this pattern we are going to continue for the next 3 sides, right? So I'll meet you at the end of this row. This is called row number 10. So I'll meet you at the end of row number 10. Now row number 10 is done. I'm going to finish off this yarn. Okay, now this yarn is no longer needed, so let me keep it aside, right? So let's reattach our main shade or main color yarn in the same stitch by pulling the loop through it, oops, like this, and then chain one, right? And then front post double crochet stitch around the front post double crochet of the last row. So this is your row number 11. Now we are going to make 2 single crochet stitches in the front back loop of the first stitch, 1 single crochet stitch in the next 7 stitches, 2 3 4 5 6 and 7th on the Apache tear or the FPTR of the last row. And now you are going to make one Apache tear stitch in the next stitch, go 2 rows below over here, and then make a Apache tear stitch, one single crochet in the next stitch, again one more Apache tear stitch in the next stitch, and one single crochet in the next 7 stitches, 2 3 4 5 6 7, 2 single crochet in the last stitch, and FPDC around the FPDC of the last row. Okay, so again I'm going to make this side also. So make 2 single crochet in the immediately first stitch, 1 single crochet in the next 7 stitches, 2 3 4 5 6 and 7, 1 Apache tear in the next stitch, okay, 1 single crochet in the immediately next stitch, 1 Apache tear in the immediately next stitch, and then 1 single crochet in the next 7 stitches, 2 3 4 5, 6, 7, 2 single crochet in the last stitch, and FPDC around the FPDC of the last row. So continue this pattern for the next 2 sides also. Your row number 11 will be completed. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end of row number 11. Okay, now row number 11 is done. Let's make row number 12 by attaching our second color or any other color of your choice. Now that means we have to change the color in this row. So chain 1 and then FPDC around the FPDC of the last row, 2 single crochet in the immediately next stitch, 1 single crochet in the back loop of the next 9 stitches, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. 1 Apache tear in the next stitch or in between the 2 Apache tears of the last row, and 1 single crochet in the back loop of the next 9 stitches, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9, 2 single crochet in the last stitch, and FPDC around the FPDC of the last row. So this pattern, these stitches you have to continue for the next 3 rows, 3 sides. Okay, so 2 single crochet in the first stitch, 1 single crochet in the back loop of the next 9 stitches, 1 Apache tear in between the 2 Apache tears, that means in the 10th stitch, and again 1 single crochet in the back loop of the next 9 stitches, 2 single crochet in the last stitch, and then again FPDC around the FPDC. So continue for the next 3 sides and then slip stitch over here and then finish it off. So I'll meet you at the end of row number 12. Now row number 12 has been done. The last row of this square, pull the main color outside, chain 1 and then FPDC around the FPDC. Now this last row you are going to work in both the loop of these stitches. Okay, so we are going to make 1 half double crochet stitch in each of the stitches, and there will be 23 stitches, and this time you are going to take both the loops. Just a second, which stitch I have taken? Okay, yes, this one. So 1, 2 half double crochet stitch, 3, 4, taking both the loops this time, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 and 23, and 1 FPDC around the FPDC. So this will be on all the sides, and then slip stitch in the first stitch and your square will be complete. I'll meet you at the end of row number 13. Okay, so my square, Nomad square, is done. So I have finished it off by slip stitching over here and hidden the tails at the back side. So this is the back side of your square. Okay, so here I have not hidden the ends. Okay, so like this your back side is also neat and clean. The front side gives it a mosaic look, but it's an this pattern is based on basically Apache tears. So this Nomad Granny Square is ready. So hope you like it. Please give it a thumbs up. Please like, share and subscribe my channel. And if you have any queries, if you have any doubts, please do write in the comment section. Your comments, your suggestions are always welcome. And don't forget to press the bell icon so that you will get the notification for each and every time I'll upload anything new. And thank you for watching my videos. Thank you once again.